Port Elizabeth has become the epicenter of the coronavirus infections. It has been a really tough ride for us down here. The interventions that we've been putting in place just don't seem to be working. The Minister of Health was here last week, but apparently more interventions are going to come into place. Our Premier will be joined with our MEC of Health here, alongside three of the ministers, our Minister of Health, Corporate Governance and of Social Development. They'll be meeting with medical workers, with civil societies, with church leaders, tavern owners, mall owners, business owners, to discuss a way forward in the way we can combat this. Our hotspot areas now are Motherwell, Soweto on Sea, Bootleg, Clary Park, Chatty, Warmer. They're just the hotspots keep coming and they keep growing. But with me today is President of the Business Chamber here, Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, Andrew Muir. Andrew, we are going through a tough time in the Metro. What are interventions that the Business Chamber is putting on business to protect, the business owners as well as their clients that come into their shops?
Yes, thank you. As you say, we are really in the eye of this second wave of COVID in Nelson Mandela Bay. We think as a business chamber that we need to effectively put in place as citizens, as business owners, we need to put the same enforcement in place and the controls as we were in lockdown level 3. As we heard our president the other day in the address tell us that it was really for us now as individuals and citizens to take control of this pandemic. We cannot lock down, we cannot close our economy, so we need to put those controls in place ourselves. It is that bad. Our hospitals are full from a COVID point of view, both private and public, and even our field hospital now from an oxygen point of view is full.
If we look at society and what's been going on now, everyone is excited for Black Friday, this coming Friday, which I personally think is a hotspot, for transmission of this disease. Are there any protocols in place or any advice that you do have for these businesses?
Yes, so events like Black Friday, which are critical for businesses, are clearly the potential for a super spreader event. Businesses need to be vigilant. They need to take responsibility. They need to put in place those controls where they only allow X amount of shoppers in their places of work at one time, that people queue, they social distance, they wear masks, they sanitize, they take temperatures, because they need to protect their clients and their teams and their workers. We need to take responsibility for this pandemic, for this virus ourselves. We cannot now rely on government or anyone else. The buck stops with us.
Our economy has obviously taken a big blow because of the lockdown, not only ours but the entire country as a whole. What are the interventions that the Business Chamber has put in place, to help these businesses along, especially small businesses who are struggling to get back onto their feet?
You're right. Small businesses and medium-sized businesses have and are taking big knocks, because even though they are open, if there is a positive case within their place of work, then for a week to 2 weeks they need to close down. Larger businesses have to bring in temporary staff and have to make plans around times when people are in quarantine. So as a business chamber, we have developed protocols, we've developed fact sheets, we've developed information to help all our members and businesses throughout the Bay. We are trying to encourage through seminars and webinars online, trying to help assist. We have a lot of HR related support that we are giving as well. We are obviously trying to assist with advice how businesses can trade and can begin to rebuild.
And then quickly, lastly, Andrew, if the government had to decide to lock down our metro, do you think we'd survive, economically speaking?
You know, human life is what is the greatest resource that we need to protect right now. We can rebuild our businesses, but we need to look after the health of our nation. And this virus has really taken hold again in the Bay. In our opinion, it is worse now than it was in June and July. If we do not lock down now, my fear is this will spread throughout our country, and this will put Christmas and the festive season at risk. And then the economic and the business impact that will have will be even more devastating than the impact that will happen in the short term. If we don't necessarily close the economy, we just put in tighter curfews, we close the borders into this metro, so we try to contain this virus where it is spreading currently.
Thank you very much, Mr. Muir. Well, there you have it. Our business chamber trying its utmost best, to look after businesses, but also look after life in this metro, as Mr. Muir did say, that human life is our biggest resource. Currently, in the past 24 hours alone, we've had more than 1,300 new infections, along with 26 deaths, which is absolutely devastating in this country. And, our local government and national government is urging everyone to wear their masks, to sanitize, to keep social distancing, to make sure that everyone is safe. But from us here in PE, it's back to you guys in studio.